come you ain't never liked me?
Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? You want to stand up in front of my face and ask a damn fool-ass question like that? Talking about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, damn it. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
As long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because you like me?
We're not here because of Oscar So White. August Wilson is a two-time Pulitzer Prize winning playwright. When we did Fences on Broadway, we had more nominations than any play in the history of American theater. We just happened to be here this year. August Wilson is not here because what someone tweeted or whatever texted a year ago. We just happened to be here this year because that's the way my schedule worked out. We were actually working on it for the last 7 years.
Why don't you go ahead and let the boy play football, Troy? He just want to be like you with the sports.
I don't want him to be like me. I want him to get as far away from my life as he possibly can get. You're the only decent thing ever happened to me, Rose. I wish him that. But I don't wish him nothing else for my life.
Steven Spielberg could have directed Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese could have directed Schindler's List. They're both white. So the color is not the issue or the question for me, it's the culture. Scorsese understands Italian-American culture. Spielberg understands that story. Just because you're black doesn't necessarily mean you understand the culture anyway. But I do understand the culture. I understand why he said that. But I think it has as much to do with the culture. I know what a woman's hair smells like on a Sunday morning when she hits it with a hot comb. There's a particular smell that's mixed in with whatever my mother's making for breakfast. That's a culture that you probably don't know. And it's not because you're white, necessarily, because you could have been adopted. And you might know that culture.
That boy wasn't gonna get involved in those sports. Not after what they did to me in the sports.
Why don't you just admit you were too old for the major leagues? For once, why don't you just admit that?
I'm telling me I was too old. I just wasn't the right color. Hell, I'm 53 years old, can do better than Selkirk's 269 right now.
How were you gonna play ball when you were over 40?
When I did the play, I was 55. And it says Troy Maxson 53. But also, 53 was a different 53 in 1957 than 53 is today. Or they say 60 is the new 50 or whatever those sayings are. So the life he lived or men like him lived, I imagine, were obviously tougher than any kind of life I lived, but they were further along, back-breaking work and all that.
Your mother and the boy too much worrying about whether people like him or not.
Everything that boy do, he do for you. He wants you to say, good job, son. That's all.
I ain't got time for that, Rose. He's alive, he's healthy. He's got to make his own way. I made mine. Ain't nobody gonna hold his hand when he get out there in the world.
Times have changed, Troy. People change. The world changing, and you can't even see it.
I would have made the movie with my own money, so it wasn't any pressure on me. The pressure was taking care of August Wilson. If Fences, and it's really doing good business in the States, if it didn't do good business, then it would be hard to ask for more money to do the next one, which has nothing to do with color. If I give you $25 million, I want my money back. I don't want to hear about what the experience was for you. This is a business. If whoever runs the studio's films don't make money, he or she is going to be out. So right now, because of the business we're doing, they're like, when's the next one? I said, when we're ready.
Not talking about no baseball.
You're not listening to me. I'm trying to explain it to you the best way I know how. It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy. I got a life, too. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me?